presentation to explain about also the reasons as to why we are here, but also I'll talk about the exercises that we're going to do today. That is the group work. So why are we here? We know that research really plays a very key role when it comes to solving the problems of the society. But also not all research leads actually to solutions. Not all research leads to impact. So we have a large proportion of research that does not address priority needs. And also this research is not used by policymakers or even the communities. And that is why we have the stakeholders engagement. With the stakeholders engagement, we are able to close this gap. We have a lot of research that is done, and this research, you find that there is what we call research waste. So the research waste, it means that we have done research, we have published, but that research has not been used to influence policy. It has not been used to influence the practices. It has not been used to influence even the interventions that are implemented. So when you look at this table, when it comes to the thematic areas, like for example for health, we have an estimated research waste of about 85%. So it means that it's only 15%.
Activity-ga please, activity-ga marka uu noo sharxo Dr. Jonah ayaan activity-ga bilaaban doonaa laakiin uu la joojiyaa inay explanation-kii baa inoo soo socdeen. Activity-ga please inoo joojiyaa raadina naga
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. So when it comes to, I was talking about research waste, and this is globally. When it comes to health and population dynamics, you find that we do a lot of research, but out of the 100% of this research, about 85, it is actually research waste. So it means it's only about 15% that is actually utilized to influence policy, to influence the programs, the interventions that are implemented by government institutions and also the private sector. And then when it comes to the education sector, we have an estimated research waste of about 30 to 50%. So it's about 70 to actually around 50% that is actually utilized to address the problems that we have within the education sector. When it comes to energy systems, IT, infrastructure development, the research waste is about 40 to 60%. So if we take the higher limit, it means it's only about 40% of research in this thematic area that is actually utilized to solve the problems that we have. When it comes to agriculture, livestock, climate change, environmental resilience, you find that we have an estimated research waste which is very high of about 82 to 89%. So it's very, actually a small percentage of research that is utilized to solve the problems of agriculture and climate change and so forth. When it comes to governance, law, peace building, society relations, community development, we have a research waste of about 40 to 70%. Social work, humanities, culture, community resilience, about 30 to 60%. When it comes to this thematic area of economic development, private sector growth and applied statistics, we have a research waste of about 50 to 70%. So what is the model that the university wants to take? That is University of Hargeisa, so that we don't get into this situation whereby we're producing a lot of research, but that is a research of waste. So the first stage is to engage the stakeholders. So we want to engage the stakeholders to co-create the research questions. And then the second is now to go to the next step, whereby we are going to carry out research, which is of high quality, and this research will generate knowledge as well as evidence. Then the next step, which is number 3, is to now to develop and implement solutions to society problems. And then lastly, we make sure that there is uptake of all these solutions that we have produced, and also we are able to scale up, that is to increase coverage. Maybe we are focusing here in Hargeisa or Marudije, but we are able to scale up and to increase to also the other regions of Somaliland and not just Hargeisa. And also we ensure there's sustainable impact. So this is the roadmap, and this is the direction that University of Hargeisa wants to take. And we're going to involve stakeholders in all the steps. From the first step to actually the last step, we're going to be involving the stakeholders. So it is important that we have stakeholders engagement because we're involving them across the entire research cycle, and stakeholders include the communities, the service users, government, policymakers, civil society, private sector, practitioners, and also professionals. So it is more than consultation, it's more of collaboration. So before the research, it means we involve the stakeholders to identify the problems and the priorities. And during the research, we're also able to shape the questions, the methods, the interpretation together with the stakeholders. And then after the research, we're able to use these findings for policy practice and also the programs or the interventions that we implement. So where does stakeholder engagement add value? Stakeholder engagement helps to ensure that the research that we're doing is relevant to the local realities. It is aligned with policy and also the community needs. Because we can do research, but this research is not reflecting the actual problems that we have in the society. And that is why that research cannot be utilized, cannot be used. But also, we want to do research that is sensitive to cultural and also social context. So more likely, the research will be used, this research can be funded, and also this research can be scaled up. So the local knowledge will actually strengthen scientific knowledge. So how does stakeholder engagement reduce research waste? Research waste, it will occur when we have wrong problems are being investigated, the right problems are studied also the wrong way, and the findings are not used. So the stakeholder engagement, it will help. We focus the research on the priority problems, we improve the research design and visibility, and also increase ownership and the uptake of the findings. So why are we here, and what exercises are we going to do today? So these are the expected outcomes of the stakeholders engagement today.